Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 19 of the Pretty Positive Podcast. How are you? Long time no see, right? Not long time, but I'm back with another podcast episode. Today's episode is called Pretty Mom Guilt. This is about parenting, this is about being a mother, motherhood, and, really trying to balance it all while not feeling guilty about the things we can't control or do. Um, I do want to welcome you guys here today. I'm so excited to be able to post, and I'm so happy that I've been getting, a lot of good feedback from my last few episodes, and I'm going to keep it going. Today, I am not low in spirit, but I've been doing a lot of thinking about just life in general, and I just want to share some of my thoughts and put a podcast episode out here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe for more real conversations and all that good stuff. Hear anything in the background? It is my son. He is always here with me doing stuff while I'm recording. So I appreciate you guys being patient with that. So yeah. Um welcome in. My name is Ronnie, if you don't know. Yeah, and all my socials are in my link. So let's just go straight into episode 19, which is titled Mom Guilt. So balancing motherhood, self-care, and everything, it can be hard in trying to do everything while still choosing yourself as well as choosing your child. Um it's very difficult because let's be honest, motherhood is beautiful, but the guilt, it can be really loud. There's a lot of things that I feel like I do, but I also want to make sure I'm doing more of. You know what I mean? So I tend to try to write out the things that I want to do with my time. Like I'll have my organizer with all of the things that I want to touch on in the day. And then I still try to fit time in for, making sure I'm tending to my son where I'm spending, playtime with him or reading a book or whatever dedicated time I can give him. But sometimes I feel guilty because I feel like it's not enough. And I know there's not enough time in the day, but I also be like, dang, like I should be doing more for my son. So I'm working on building, a more organized schedule. I know it's not going to be perfect, but I also want it to make sense to me in my mind and making sure I'm taking all the steps to be the best mother I can be, as well as making sure I'm, being the best human and woman that I can be as well. Because mom guilt is like the little voices that tends to make you feel like you're not doing enough, and even when you're doing your best, you know what I mean? And you'll get those little things like, you should have did this, you could have been doing this, you could have been doing that. It's just, it shows up when you're like finally sitting down, or when you go to the gym, or when you choose you for a second. Anytime I choose myself, I always feel like, oh, but dang my son, but dang my son, but dang, I should be doing something with my son, or I should be like even recording this podcast, and I'm still working, so I'm doing multiple things at the same time as I'm recording. I'm still thinking like, oh, I should be doing something else, you know what I mean? um and sometimes choosing myself is very hard, but I know I still have to make sure I'm taking care of myself, with balancing it all. The expectations to have it all together is always something that I kind of play in my head. Because of course, we all want to have it together. We all want to be perfect parents. We all want to make sure our kid doesn't have to worry about nothing. They didn't ask to be on this earth. So it's like we should be doing our duty as parents is making sure they have the most easiest life, or, you know, be able to do things without any issues. I'm sorry, I'm doing multiple things at a time. Because I want to leave a legacy. I want to make sure my son is, doesn't have to want for nothing. And I want to make sure my son is getting the best education, and he's able to get whatever help he needs in developing as a, toddler into adulthood, into whatever. I want to make sure he's financially okay. So it's like I'm putting extra pressure on myself to make sure my son is good. And I'm okay with doing that. And like I said, it's just more of me making sure I'm planning out my time well and using my time as necessary, but still making sure I'm giving time to my son because I don't want to get lost in working too much and not, you know, having it all together. Um, and I think people get confused of being a good mom and being a real mom. Realistically, like it's not easy. I wake up some days and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, I guess, do the things that I need to do. Like I'll be like, I don't want to do this. I'm tired. Like, or like, I wish I had time, where I could just go on a 7-day vacation, not without my son, because I don't feel like my son is a problem at all, but just like a getaway sometimes. And being a good mom is showing up. Being a good mom is making sure my son is getting the necessary proper care, far as schooling, far as education things, far as making sure my son is watching the right things when he's on the tablet or he's watching any shows, making sure my son is around people that love him and that he's protected, making sure my son is, clean, bathed, fed, and making sure he has, all the things that he's supposed to have, because that's what he's supposed to have as a human. You know what I mean? I brought him into this world. Into this world. I should be taking care of him as such. So that is the things that make a good mother. And I am doing all those things, and I have to stop beating myself up to like think I'm not being a good mom. Because that is a real mom. You know what I mean? And I think we sometimes expect the things that are over the top to be our lives, but that's not everyone's story. Like, we all start different, we all parent different, we all do things different. We only can be as perfect as, we make ourselves to be. And I feel like God has put me in the best place right now to be a mother and to be able to take care of my son. And I just more of need to organize my time a little bit more. And let's just talk about, you know, the pressure to still look good, in the process, and be soft and be patient and be healed and be successful, all while while raising like a human being. So it's like, it's so much pressure. I feel like it's on me as well. And all eyes is going to be on me when it comes to, what I do and how I move after having a baby. You know what I mean? Because when you have a child, it takes away a lot of your time. It takes away from your body. It takes away from a lot of things, even your dating life, how you, can move on with, if you're not with your child's father, it affects everything overall. So I have so many things that, get put on me after having a kid, and I'm just trying to make sure I'm hitting everything while still being able to take care of my son and not feeling that guilt. I've been taking more time to myself because I feel like at one point I was not. I feel like I was heavily just I wouldn't say letting myself go, but letting I guess letting my world just be about motherhood, and that's not fair to me because I feel like I still got things I need to do and I'm still growing. So I started taking care of my body now. I'm in the gym more, I'm working out more. And I feel like with those things are going to help me in the long term with my son, because I'll be here longer, I'll be healthier, I'll be able to show him things, as well as taking time out for my podcast, to record like a 15-minute podcast, because these are things that, that help me with my mental health. So I'm able to keep going for my son, and I'm able to, be in the best space. And then, taking time out to like actually do little things that make me, happy. So then once I'm happy mommy, I can show up and be happy, a happy parent, I guess, and really parent, in that manner. Because you can't go into something without taking care of you. Because that's super, super duper important. So yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not eating myself up for the little things that I'm missing, and I can't be perfect every day, and I'm gonna be tired, and I'm gonna feel, like I'm not doing enough because I want to do more. But all I gotta do is get to a place where I actually dedicate myself and write things down and really stick to what I say while still giving my child the best life that he could possibly get. I had a moment recently. I was going through my baby's clothes, right? Because I like to donate clothes and things like that. Um, and I was getting ready to donate them, and I got emotional. It hit me. Not just because he's growing up, because that's part of childhood, but because I realized how much I've poured into him, and at the same time, how much I've been pouring out of myself. Um, And that guilt creeps in, like, are you doing enough? Like, should you be doing more? Even when deep down inside, like, I know. Like, I know how blessed we are. I know how blessed my son is. I just, sometimes have those moments. But guilt doesn't mean that I'm failing. Like, it doesn't mean I'm failing at all. It just means sometimes I do overthink things where I trick myself into feeling like I'm just, I don't know, because I care so much. I care so much about this human I created that I want him to win. Because this world is so hard to win in. You know? But I have to realize that I have to win too. And I have to pour as much as I am pouring into him is pouring into myself, and that's what I've been doing. And I'm crying happy tears, guys, because I'm happy that I'm finally realizing this, and I'm finally in the best mental space I've ever been as a woman, and I'm able to do all the things that I've been saying I want to do. I've been applying them. I just now have to create structure and really execute everything that I'm doing. So, what I'm learning is guilt doesn't mean you're a bad mom. It actually means you just care. But you have to stop letting guilt control your decisions, because being a fulfilled mom, a rested mom, and a growing mom is a better mom at any stage. And this goes for fathers too, if you're a male listening, you know. So I feel very, very happy that I am doing my best. I'm showing up. My son has more than enough. He has two loving parents. He is getting the help that he needs in certain, spaces. He is pushing through. He shows me things that I'd never seen him do before. I'm watching him grow up, and mommy is growing up too. And being a mother has helped me grow up. And I'm so proud of myself. I am so thankful for, you know, life and being able to be a mother, because it really has helped me open up spiritually. It really has helped me. It just made me more motivated to want to do better. And I think this whole podcast is really about stop feeling guilty about the things that you feel like you're not doing and just continue doing your best, because that's all you can really do. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. We're not going to be perfect over here. We're not doing anything like that. It's impossible to be perfect. We're doing things to be present. We're going to be present in the moment. We're going to keep growing. We're going to do our best. We're going to not feel guilty for doing the things that we want to do. We're going to keep being great parents, and we're going to show up. We're going to show up. We're going to show up. We're going to show up every time. Ain't no excuse. So if this episode speaks to you, please share it with another mom or another parent, whatever the case may be. And I'll talk to you next time. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Mwah. Bye. God bless.